Qingfeng City, forced to quarantine at my childhood friend's house. We bumped into each other in the kitchen. I was completely shirtless, feeling a chill on my chest, and she was only wearing the bare minimum. That woke me up immediately. I quickly pulled my pajamas tight. Sorry, I thought I was at my own house. Lin Wenyu looked totally stiff. I also forgot you were staying at my place. On my dad's orders, I came to drop off New Year's groceries. But I stood at her door ringing the bell forever, and no one answered. I had no choice but to take out my phone, pull Lin Wenyu off my block list, and text, "Are you home?" She instantly replied with a single question mark. I patiently explained, "I am at your door, bringing New Year's stuff." After a long while, Lin Wenyu finally sent back a single, breezy message. Wait, and then, she completely ghosted me. I wasn't surprised by her attitude toward me. After all, back then, I was totally delulu and thought she liked me. And I almost ruined her confession to her crush. After waiting around bored out of my mind, a cold voice suddenly came from behind me. "So, you finally decided to come back." I turned around. Lin Wenyu was standing right there, looking at me with a complicated expression. I forced a smile. "I quit my job, so I came back early." Her gaze swept over the bags in my hands, taking it all in. Then she unlocked the door with her fingerprint and gestured with her chin. "Come in. I'll just leave the stuff and go. I don't want to bother anyone." Under the entryway lights, Lin Wenyu turned and shot me a freezing glare. I live alone. That woke me up. But I still gave her fake politeness. "Sorry for intruding. If my dad finds out you came to deliver things, and I didn't even offer you a cup of tea, he's gonna nag me to death over the holidays." "Oh, so you were just scared of Uncle Lin." I immediately deflated, and silently followed her inside. Lin Wenyu took my bags and put them away. Looking back, and seeing me still standing at the door, she said, "Come in." Truth is, Lin Wenyu and I hadn't spoken in 3 whole years. Even during the New Year, when visiting relatives, I intentionally avoided her. Now, sitting on her sofa, I kept my head down, staring intensely at my teacup. The silence was deafening. Lin Wenyu was the one to break it. "I heard my dad set you up on a blind date." "Yeah, there is someone like that." I recalled it, and indeed, there was. I boldly started talking nonsense. "She's beautiful and rich, and I happen to be her exact type. We're already planning to take things to the next level. If I wasn't here delivering stuff to you, we would have been on a date right now." Before I even finished speaking, I felt a murderous glare, burning a hole right through me. Then came Lin Wenyu's forced calm voice. "So you're saying I'm getting in your way?" I looked up, about to speak, only to find that at some point, she had moved right in front of me, staring down at me. Even though my inner alarms were blaring, I stubbornly doubled down. "Glad you realize that." Lin Wenyu scoffed. She leaned over, trapping me against the back of the sofa. She examined my face from inches away, and slowly drawled, her exact type. I only had time to spit out one word, when suddenly there was a frantic knocking at the door. It scared the life out of me. I jumped straight up from the sofa, and smacked my forehead hard against hers. We both gasped in pain, rubbing our heads as we went to open the door. Greeting us at the door were several workers in full hazmat suits. Building 17 just had a positive COVID case. "We are locking down the entire compound immediately. Please register your ID information here." I was completely dumbfounded. I don't live here. I was just dropping something off." I anxiously asked, "Can I leave right now?" The worker just glanced at me and shook his head. "Didn't you read the notice? The outbreak is severe right now. The city has already initiated lockdown measures. Just stay put here with your girlfriend." "She's not my girlfriend." I enunciated those last few words very clearly, but I don't think the worker even heard me. He just briskly finished registering our IDs, closed the door, and left. I stood frozen at the door. I turned around, my eyes darting toward the window. "Wenyu, what floor is this apartment on again?" 19th, she replied coolly. "So, I suggest you kill any thought of jumping out the window. It's illegal." My heart turned to ash. Yet I couldn't suppress a secret thrill. I pulled out my phone and called my dad. "Since it's come to this, I guess I'll stay at Wenyu's place." My dad was surprisingly chill about it. "Tell me whatever you need. I'll pack it up tonight and have a courier send it over tomorrow." Hanging up the phone, I wicatted my bro. Lockdown is serious. I'm quarantined at Lin Wonyu's house and can't leave, he replied with a string of exclamation marks. Bro, isn't this the perfect chance to make a move? Where are those silk pajama pants I made you buy last time? Put 'em on. Put 'em on. Dude, I just came to drop off groceries. Why would I be carrying silk pajamas on me? Then, borrow a t-shirt from her. My highly experienced bro started schooling me. After your shower, don't dry your hair. Just walk out wearing that. Wearing her t-shirt, I don't need to teach you the rest, right? Holding my phone and picturing that scene, I couldn't stop a grin from spreading across my face. Suddenly, Lin Wanyu shot me a look from the side. Her voice was cold. Having a fun chat. I was having fun. But clearly she wasn't. I looked up at Lin Wanyu. Where am I supposed to sleep during this lockdown? The sofa. I couldn't believe it. Wanyu, your mouth is 98.6 degrees. How could it say something so freezing cold? This apartment only has one bedroom. If you don't sleep on the sofa, where else are you gonna sleep? She smirked and suddenly leaned in. What? You want to sleep with me in the master bedroom? The distance between us vanished. Her warm breath hovered over me. Those eyes, now inches away, had a dark, deep gleam cutting through their usual coldness. It was incredibly captivating. I was completely mesmerized. Until Lin Wanyu's casual voice drifted over. You're drooling. There was a faint trace of disgust in her tone. I frantically wiped my mouth. When I looked up again, Lin Wanyu was carrying a blanket out and tossed it onto the sofa. Go in, she said casually. The master bedroom is yours. I was so moved. I walked over, took a look, and turned to suggest actually this bed is pretty big. We could easily both fit. She scoffed. Give it a rest. I'm scared you'd eat me alive. When Lin Wanyu says eat, did she mean it the way I'm thinking? I didn't dare ask. I just blushed and jogged over, planning to ask her what we were having for dinner. Instead, I tripped over the coffee table leg and launched myself forward, crashing right on top of Lin Wanyu. In the panic, I grabbed onto something soft to keep from sliding off. Lin Wanyu let out a muffled groan. Her voice was slightly hoarse. Let go. I froze. My hand unconsciously squeezed, and as the tension under my palm tightened, I suddenly realized, you actually have the nerve to squeeze. Losing her patience, she forcefully peeled my hand off, shoved me upright, and stared at me with dark, stormy eyes. Yes. And then, without thinking, I blurted out a cheesy pickup line I'd heard on TikTok. Hey, baby, can I tie a bow around that tiny waist of yours? Lin Wanyu looked at me like I was an alien. Your transformation over these past few years is truly astonishing. I don't know if it was just my imagination, but I swear I heard pure mockery in that sentence. That night, after my shower, thinking of my bro's advice, I walked out of the bathroom wrapped only in a towel. I was just about to dramatically pose and ask Lin Wanyu to borrow a shirt, when I suddenly noticed a set of pajamas left by the door. A brand new, simple cotton set of men's pajamas. Alarm bells rang loudly in my head. I grabbed the pajamas by the collar and marched out to find her. Why do you have men's pajamas in your house? Why did you walk out wearing only a towel? We asked at the exact same time. Lin Wanyu took a deep breath. I borrowed them from a neighbor. I ground my teeth. You and your neighbor boy must be pretty close. She looked unnatural, averting her eyes. Not really, just as I was about to interrogate her further. Lin Wanyu had already turned her back to me. Her voice was tight. Jiang Xiaobai, put the pajamas on before you talk. She paused for a second, and then added, go back to the bedroom to put them on. I changed into the pajamas in the bedroom, and realized they actually fit me perfectly. But the plain, elegant style was way too conservative. It completely failed to showcase my mature, manly charm. So I took out my phone and texted my dad, telling him to make absolutely sure to have those silk pajama pants sent over tomorrow. With everything handled, I walked out of the bedroom and saw Lin Wanyu standing in front of the fridge, chugging a bottle of ice-cold sparkling water. I don't know if I was seeing things, but looking closely, her ears seemed to have a faint dusting of red. Except for a few cans of soda, the fridge was completely empty. Lin Wanyu said she'd been too busy with work and hadn't had time to restock. Hearing her say that, I suddenly realized Lin Wanyu had faint, dark bags under her eyes. Clearly, she hadn't been sleeping well lately. She took the last bit of ingredients and made a bowl of fried rice, placed it on the dining table, and walked off to the sofa by herself. You eat. I need to handle some work stuff. When Lin Wenyu was working, she had this captivating, focused aura. The bright living room light spilled down from the ceiling, making her sharp profile look exceptionally beautiful. Even her hands typing away on the keyboard looked slender and elegant. I stared at her, completely zoning out for a moment. Ever since we were kids, Lin Wenyu was the perfect child my dad always compared me to. Good-looking and a straight-A student. In contrast, me, with my average grades and knack for causing trouble, was basically the cautionary tale. Before I grew up, I always sported a messy mop of hair, dressing like a total delinquent, until the summer of my sophomore year in college. After finals, I went to Lin Wanyu's school to find her, planning to head home together, but I unexpectedly bumped into her walking side by side with a handsome guy. Coming out of the library, the guy turned his head to talk to her, his smile gentle and charming. They looked like a match made in heaven. I stood at the intersection holding my suitcase. The sudden dull ache in my chest made me abruptly realize I definitely had a crush on Lin Wenyu. After graduation, I made up my mind to confess my feelings to her. I changed into a suit and dress shoes, styled my hair, and even got myself half drunk for liquid courage. But when I pushed open the door to the karaoke room, I saw Lin Wenyu standing tall in the center of the room, with a massive 3-tier cake on the coffee table beside her. The walls were decorated with wreaths and sparkly balloons. My bro immediately dragged me to the side and whispered anxiously, "Yao Bai, are you sure about this?" I just overheard Lin Wenyu's roommates talking. They said she's planning to confess to her crush here today. Instantly, my mind went completely blank. Subconsciously, I searched for Lin Wenyu in the crowd and locked eyes with her just as she looked over. My vision was blurry from the alcohol, and her expression was unreadable. Suddenly, my mind flashed back to that guy walking out of the library with her. Whenever Lin Wenyu saw me, she always had a cold face. She never smiled at me with that same gentleness. Sure, we were childhood friends, but deep down, she probably hated my guts so. I pulled my arm away from my bro's grip and stumbled unsteadily toward Lin Wenyu. My heavy dress shoes caught on the carpet. I lost my balance and pitched straight forward, tackling Lin Wenyu and sending her face first into the cake. Her meticulously planned confession was completely ruined by me. Realizing this, I scrambled off of her and practically crawled away in panic. After that, I specifically found a job out of town. I purposely avoided coming home for the holidays, and really never saw Lin Wenyu again. In the middle of the night, I jolted awake from a dream. The floor heating was turned up way too high. I groggily stumbled to the kitchen for some water and ran smack into Lin Wenyu. She was leaning against the counter, holding a cup of water in one hand, rubbing her temples with the other. Her eyes were half closed, clearly still half asleep herself. The fatal part was, she was only wearing the absolute bare minimum. Her exposed collarbones were sharp and defined, and her long straight legs left me completely dumbfounded, until Lin Wenyu blushed and let out a sound. I looked down at myself. Ah, save me. I must have taken off my pajama top in my sleep. No wonder my chest felt so breezy. My sleepiness vanished in an instant. I yelped, clutching my pajama pants tight. Sorry, I thought I was at my own house. Lin Wenyu stiffly turned her body away. I also forgot you were staying at my place. I frantically buttoned up my pajama top. When I looked up again, Lin Wenyu was also fully covered up, standing in the living room. For a split second, I actually felt a little disappointed. She sat on the sofa, surrounded by a messy blanket. She looked up and asked, "Why are you awake so early? Way? It's a little hot, and my throat hurts." I admitted truthfully, I wanted to pour some water. I chugged 2 consecutive glasses of water. Lin Wenyu stood up and pressed the switch by the wall twice. She said flatly, "I turned the floor heating down. Go back to sleep when you're done. Did you eat?" Lin Wenyu picked up her drink from the table, took a sip, and sighed. "No. You've finished off the last bit of rice." I instantly felt terrible. If I'd known, I would have saved you a few bites. Lin Wenyu choked a little, waved her hand at me. "Just go back to sleep." I took 2 steps toward the bedroom, then turned back and said sheepishly, "Hey, if you're really hungry, you could just eat. Xiao ba, jiang, xiao bai." Her voice carried a heavily suppressed rage. Not daring to provoke her any further, I turned and fled. For the rest of the night, my dreams were filled with the scene I saw in the kitchen. Below that youthful, almost girlishly pure face, was still that incredible figure with the tiny waist. In the dream, we were still in the kitchen. Same scene as before. Except this time Lin Wanyu didn't shy away from my gaze. Instead, she casually opened her arms to me, smiling warmly and seductively. "Xiaobai, come give me a hug." When I woke up, I realized I had a bloody nose. I grabbed some tissues, pinched my nose, and sprinted to the bathroom, and bumped into Lin Wanyu again. Thankfully, she was just brushing her teeth, and was fully neatly dressed. Otherwise I'd be feasting my eyes. I mean, it would be awkward again. Lin Wanyu stepped to the side, making some room for me. I washed the blood away under the running water, and heard her cold voice ask. I already turned the heating down, and turned on the humidifier. "You're still hot." How was I supposed to answer that? Was I supposed to tell her it was because I had a wet dream about her? I mumbled vaguely. Not exactly. 2 seconds of silence passed. I had just stood up straight, when Lin Wanyu's voice suddenly brushed against my ear again. "Jiang Xiaobai, did you have a dream you weren't supposed to have?" I snapped my eyes up, and saw Lin Wanyu, leaning in close to my ear through the mirror. We were inches apart, a teasing, half-smile playing on her lips. At first glance we looked just like a couple who just woke up, acting all lovey-dovey, while brushing their teeth. "Snap out of it, Jiang Xiaobai. Put away your inappropriate thoughts." I forced myself to stay calm, and took a step to the side, quickly changing the subject. "What's for breakfast?" "We'll have to wait for property management to deliver groceries." Lin Wanyu returned to her usual cold expression. "There's absolutely no food left in the house. Only milk. But you didn't eat anything last night." I was genuinely worried about her health. I thought hard for a moment, when suddenly, a stroke of genius hit me. "Wait, Wanyu, where are the groceries I brought over yesterday?" My dad really is my biological father. He made me lug over 2 massive boxes of New Year's goods, and it was all food. Hugging the box, tears of gratitude practically streamed down my face. After lunch, the property management workers finally arrived, besides bringing a bag of vegetables. They also brought a giant cardboard box. "These are the vegetables, distributed by the community, and here are some items someone had a courier drop off for you after we finished our COVID tests." Lin Wanyu helped me unpack the box. She pulled a shirt out of the box. "What is this?" "Pure black, soft, sheer fabric, with a delicate pattern on the collar." "Wasn't that the silk pajamas I bought?" I froze completely. I didn't even dare to turn my neck, watching helplessly as Lin Wanyu shook it out, and a small box fell out of the shirt, along with a note. She picked up the note, and slowly read aloud, "Xiaobai, stay safe, kid. You really are my biological dad." I debated between snatching the note, destroying the evidence, or faking a coma on the spot. After hesitating for a moment, I decided to take the offensive. My dad is so thoughtful. Why don't we find a chance to try them out? Sure enough, once I act shameless, Lin Wanyu becomes the innocent one. Her ears turned red, she shoved the stuff into my arms, and stood up. "Since these are things Uncle Jiang sent for you, you can unpack them yourself." Right at that moment, the doorbell suddenly rang. Lin Wanyu took a deep breath, grabbed a mask and put it on. "I'll get it up." As soon as she turned around, I quickly bundled the stuff into a ball, stuffed it into my arms, and peeked toward the entryway. "Tangy, what's up?" A gentle, pleasant male voice came from the door. "Wanyu." My wifey suddenly lost its signal, and paying the bill didn't fix it. "Could you help me take a look?" That voice sounded so familiar. Before I could even process it, I saw a handsome face peek out from beside Lin Wanyu. Fair skin, sharp features, and a clean short haircut. I froze in place. So the neighbor who lent Lin Wanyu those pajamas was the exact same crush she was about to confess to, until I ruined it 3 years ago. "Have you tried restarting it?" Tang Yi said helplessly. "I did. It still doesn't work." His voice was so gentle and even-tempered. Lin Wanyu turned her head and glanced at me, then looked back. "All right, I'll help you look at it." I watched helplessly as she walked out the door. The two of them walked side by side toward the elevator. The door clicked shut right in my face. Instantly, I flashed back to that scene from sophomore year. Them, walking together. A match made in heaven. Incredibly compatible. While I looked like a complete outsider. And then I felt incredibly depressed. If you're hooked on this drama, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Lin Wenyu came back not long after. When she opened the door, I was hugging the pajamas I had changed out of, sitting on the sofa, contemplating my life choices. Hearing the sound, I casually asked, "You're back, Yehi?" That was fast. What exactly goes through that head of yours all day? Her voice sounded right above my head. I tilted my head up and looked at Lin Wenyu. Meeting her downward gaze, I honestly replied, "Dirty thoughts." She sighed, sat down beside me, and explained, his router port had a minor issue. Dobby probably bumped into it by accident. A quick tweak fixed it right up. What heck? I didn't hear that clearly. Dobby, he has a house elf. Lin Wenyu was clearly stunned by my wild imagination. She gave me a deep look. Bobby is his cat's name. I was incredibly jealous and grumbled unreasonably. And you said you aren't close. You even remember his cat's name perfectly. Lin Wenyu just looked at me without a word. I stood up, holding the pajamas, and said stiffly, "Let me borrow your washing machine. I'm going to wash these and return them to him. I'm not used to wearing other people's clothes. What if my health code turns red too?" Lin Wenyu was silent for a moment. "Are you worried about your travel history?" "Yeah, I was wearing a mask when I went out, and I didn't have any contact with you." As Lin Wenyu spoke, she suddenly lost her balance. I subconsciously reached out to catch her war, and she fell right into my arms, resting both hands on my shoulders. We were too close, our breaths mingling. Lin Wenyu looked at me for a moment, stood on her tiptoes and kissed me. The kiss only lasted a brief second, but it completely blew away all my sanity and logic. "All right, now you can actually start worrying." Lin Wenyu's slightly cold voice rang out. I finally snapped back to reality. Frozen in place, ears burning red, stammering. She just stood there, looking at me calmly. "Jiang Xiaobai, stop pretending. Haven't you had inappropriate thoughts about me for a long time?" "Okay, I admit I'm just all talk. The kind who has the guts to dream, but no guts to act." I bluffed. "What nonsense are you talking about?" Then, I grabbed the pajamas and ran for my life. I threw the pajamas into the washing machine. When I stood up, I realized Lin Wenyu was standing right behind me again. "Tang Yi is my co-worker. He's in the company's marketing department." Before I could make a sound, she had already started explaining. "Since we're upstairs downstairs neighbors, he occasionally asks me for a favor. Then you guys must be pretty close. Otherwise, why would you borrow pajamas from him?" I looked down, staring at the spinning drum. "My dad sent me clothes. I'm not wearing his pajamas. Once they're disinfected and dried, I'll return them upstairs." Lin Wenyu sighed, reached out, and patted my shoulder. Looking up into my eyes, she said, "Jiang Yaobai, think about it. Who would lend their personal pajamas to someone else, even if they were brand new?" I admit I lied to you. I didn't borrow these. I froze. "So you've brought other guys home?" Lin Wenyu looked completely speechless. "There are no other guys, but I just don't know how to explain it to you right now." As she spoke, her ears inexplicably turned red again. "Anyway, this has nothing to do with Tang Yi, and it has nothing to do with any other guys either. Just wear them in peace." Over the past 3 years, I started working out and built some muscle. I learned how to dress and style myself, and started getting used to wearing suits and dress shoes. So much so that when I went home for the new year, my dad shed tears of relief. "Jiang Xiaobai, you've lived for 25 years, and you finally look like a real man." I was too embarrassed to tell him that all of this was because back then I tackled Lin Wenyu into a cake and ran away like a coward. Later, she sent me a message. "Jiang Xiaobai, do you really hate me?" Given Lin Wenyu's usually indifferent personality, this was a rare emotion-filled question. I thought about how I had indeed ruined her meticulously planned confession. Feeling guilty, I apologized, then transferred her some money to make up for it. Lin Wenyu didn't accept it. What is there to apologize for? And because of this incident, out of all the job offers I received, I chose the company furthest away from home. From then on, I completely avoided Lin Wenyu. Until 2 months ago, my dad got sick and had a minor surgery. That's when I finally decided to quit and move back home. I told my bro about what happened during the day. Since she kissed you and didn't react strongly to your constant teasing, it means you definitely still have a chance. Under his guidance, I changed into those silk pajamas, planning to fake sleepwalking the next morning, wander into the living room to find Lin Wanyu and give her a live performance of a handsome guy lounging. I changed into the pajamas, sprayed on some cologne, and even planned out exactly what pose I'd use to pull Lin Wanyu into my arms. I had it all figured out. That night, the image of Lin Wanyu leaning in to kiss me that day kept replaying in my dreams on a loop. It even felt like it was going to escalate further, but my grand plan died halfway through because my chronic stomach issue suddenly flared up when I woke up the next morning and realized I had cold sweats all over Lin Wanyu's bedsheets and duvet cover. I was beyond embarrassed. To make matters worse, Lin Wanyu was outside knocking on the bedroom door. Jiang Xiaobai, get up and eat breakfast. Wasn't she working overtime in the living room revising a draft last night? How does this superhuman wake up so early? My stomach was already throbbing with a cold, cramping pain. I closed my eyes and just gave up. Lin Wanyu, my stomach hurts. This time, she actually did have to go to the neighbor to borrow something. Lin Wanyu went upstairs to ask Tang Yi for stomach medicine, but 2 minutes later, she brought him down with her. I was curled up on the sofa, clutching my stomach, weakly calling out, Lin Wanyu, I need painkillers first. Do you want to drink a cup of hot milk first? A gentle male voice rang out. I looked up and saw Tang Yi standing right in front of me, wearing a mask. Only his gentle eyes were visible. Ah, it's you. When I said those words, I could clearly feel his originally relaxed vibe suddenly tense up. Tang Yi bent down and grabbed my hand. His hand is so cold. It's best if he drinks some hot water before taking the medicine. His hands were broad and strong, and he smelled like a clean, refreshing cologne. Every single strand of his hair was perfectly styled. He was the natural, effortlessly sophisticated type. Watching helplessly as he walked into the kitchen alongside Lin Wanyu, I forced myself to sit up and craned my neck to peek over. The bedsheets are changed. Go back to the bedroom and lie down. I sniffled and asked quietly, is it because of my dad and Uncle Lin that you're taking such good care of me? Lin Wanyu didn't answer immediately. I was a little scared of hearing an overly cruel answer. I took a step toward the door. I had only taken a few steps when Lin Wanyu spoke up from behind me. Jiang Xiaobai. She said, we've known each other for 24 years. When you wet your pants in kindergarten, I was the one who took you home to change. And now you're asking me this. Sunlight filtered in through the small window, catching in her usually cold, emotionless eyes, looking like scattered starlight. I take care of you because you are Jiang Xiaobai. Lin Wanyu was just too beautiful. I was completely spellbound, utterly captivated by her. I dizzyingly stumbled back to the bedroom and fell asleep. While asleep, I had a very long dream. The dream was full of scattered fragments of me and Lin Wanyu growing up together. In kindergarten, I was bawling my eyes out because I wet my pants up, and she asked the teacher for permission to take me home to change. In middle school, I skipped class to go to an internet cafe, but Lin Wanyu was waiting for me right under the wall on my usual route, grabbed me by the collar, and dragged me back. In college, during the spring festival rush, I bought cheap hard seats on a slow train to save money, and she tagged along with me. As a result, my seat got stolen by a middle-aged uncle. When I tried to argue with him, his huge, towering son stood up, ready to hit me. Lin Wanyu coldly glared. He's a grown man, taking his own father on a cheap, slow train, stealing a young guy's seat, and now trying to hit people. Poor, lazy, and ignorant. If I were you, I would have jumped off the train out of shame by now. But you sure have thick skin. I had never heard her say something so savage in my entire life. The guy couldn't handle the humiliation, grabbed the uncle and got off the train cursing. Lin Wanyu slightly tilted her chin at me. Sit down. It was the peak of the spring festival travel rush. The carriage was packed shoulder to shoulder, incredibly crowded. The loud chatter and strange smells all mixed together into an atmosphere unique to the mortal world. But Lin Wanyu just sat there casually, looking like a beam of pure, untainted moonlight that had descended upon the earth. For the next few hours of the trip, I kept glancing at Lin Wanyu out of the corner of my eye. It felt like that was the exact moment I suddenly realized she was actually an exceptionally beautiful, outstanding girl. And then came the part where I ruined her confession scene and ran away, thinking back on it carefully. For over 20 years, for as long as I can remember, my life has been tied to Lin Wanyu's, except for the past 3 years, because I was intentionally hiding for those 3 years. Our interactions were almost a complete blank slate. Wanyu. Actually, we could just be friends for the rest of our lives. I mumbled incoherently in my sleep, groggily opening my eyes. I saw Lin Wanyu holding a glass of water and medicine, standing by the bed, looking at me. Her expression was complicated and somewhat gloomy. "Take another painkiller," she said flatly. "Does it still hurt? Is anything else uncomfortable?" I took the glass, swallowed the capsule, nodded, and then shook my head. Before Lin Wanyu left, she said, "If only you were always this well-behaved." That sounded super loaded with hidden meaning. I sat frozen in bed, clutching the blanket. After thinking for a bit, I grabbed my phone and texted my bro. He said, "Judging by Wanyu's actions, I still feel like she's interested in you." But after he said that, over the next few days, Lin Wanyu's attitude towards me actually grew colder. I was completely lost. I even tried throwing tantrums and acting pitiful to win her sympathy, but she just sat there, looking indifferent, turning a page in her book, calmly saying, "If you're uncomfortable, just keep lying down. A woman's mind is just too hard to guess." I thought of Tang Yi and felt sad all over again. Once I felt a bit better, I grabbed a few cans of beer from the fridge, planning to drown my sorrows. I ended up getting myself drunk. 3 cans of beer down one. I drunkenly stumbled out to find Lin Wanyu. She had already finished her work. The sky was dark. The moonlight shone in through the window, making her aura seem even more ethereal. I ran over and whispered, "Sister, don't look so down." "I'm not down. Stop messing around." She turned to look at me, frowning slightly. "How did you get this drunk? Does your stomach not hurt anymore?" "A handsome guy's business is none of your business." I waved my hand grandly, but ended up crashing right into her hot cup of tea. Scalding tea splashed all over my hand, making me flinch in pain. "Xiao Bai." Lin Wanyu grabbed my hand in a panic. Seeing it was only slightly red, and nothing serious, she breathed a sigh of relief. She put the teacup aside, held my shoulders and sighed. "Stop messing around. Go back and rest." Before she could finish, I wrapped my arms around her in a tight hug. I pressed against her ear and breathed. "Wanyu. I'm here. I want to take a shower." She sighed. "Stop messing around. You're this drunk. Why do you want to shower? You wash me." I rested my chin on her shoulder, sniffled, and suddenly, feeling incredibly wronged, I complained, "Because I've been sick. I haven't showered in 5 days. Boo-hoo, I'm starting to smell sour." Probably not wanting to argue with a drunk. Throwing a tantrum, Lin Wanyu helplessly agreed. She turned on the water heater for me, and patiently instructed, "You wash yourself. I'll stay right outside the door. If you feel unwell, just call me." After saying that, she turned and walked out, not lingering for even half a second. I stood in the rising hot steam, feeling incredibly dejected. Actually, I wasn't that blackout drunk. I just wanted to use this chance to clumsily flirt with Lin Wanyu a little. Unfortunately, she was completely unfazed, so she really must not like me, right? If so, why did she kiss me that day? Scumbag woman. After my shower, I walked out with my hair dripping wet. Lin Wanyu was standing by the window looking at me, her eyes flickering slightly. I was about to walk right past her without looking, but she grabbed my wrist. "Where are you going? To sleep?" I said, coldly. "Your hair is still dripping. At least, dry it before you sleep." As Lin Wenyu spoke, she let go of my hand and went into the bathroom. When I got back to the bedroom, I had just sat down on the edge of the bed when I saw her walk in holding a hairdryer. She patted the spot in front of her. "Come sit. I'll blow dry it for you." She deliberately softened her tone. Her gentle voice wrapped around me like flowing water. Ultimately, I couldn't resist. I silently sat down in front of her. Lin Wanyu's slender fingers ran through my hair. Her movements, exceptionally gentle. I sniffled and suddenly spoke up. Will you come to my wedding? Her movements instantly stopped. The hairdryer was turned off. Lin Wanyu slowly tilted her head up. With that ideal type of yours. Yang Xiaobai, you sure don't waste time staying at my place, and you still have time to discuss marriage with someone else. Her voice sounded tinged with a cold edge, like mockery. All my pent-up frustration suddenly exploded. So what if I discuss marriage with someone else? How is it getting in your way? You kissed me, and then act like absolutely nothing happened, being all lovey-dovey with a hot guy right in front of me. What else do you want me to do? Keep shamelessly pestering you and not letting go. I jerked my head around and saw Lin Wanyu looking at me in shock, her eyes gradually turning dark. Then she took a deep breath. You were the one who said you wanted to be friends for life. I never expected that she had actually heard my sleep-talking that day. But, snapping back to reality, I felt even more wrong. What else was I supposed to say? It's not like I wanted to cut ties with you. Did I have any other choice besides being friends? She stared at me. You avoided me for 3 years. Wasn't that your way of cutting ties with me? That's because I like you. But you don't like. Before I could even get the last word out, a warm kiss silenced me. Then, let's not be friends. She rested her forehead against mine, her breathing a little ragged. I kissed you because I couldn't help myself. I didn't dare tell you directly because I was afraid you'd regret it. I never said I didn't like you. Xiaobai, you aren't me. So you don't know how much I like you. I never dreamed I would hear such a direct confession from Lin Wanyu. My heart was pounding so hard in my chest, it felt like it was going to jump out. Lin Wanyu buried her face in my chest. Her soft long hair tickled my chin. Her warm breath brushed against me. I swallowed hard with some difficulty. Not friends. Then what do you want to be? Help, is that my voice? How can it sound so soft? What happened next? Was the kind of heart-pumping stuff that Quora won't let you describe in detail. My cheeks flushed hot, turning bright red. The lights swam before my eyes like water ripples. I closed my eyes, and in the haze, I heard Lin Wanyu's soft, gentle voice. Of course, I want to do this. My dad truly is a man of incredible foresight. When I woke up the next day, that was my very first thought. Lin Wanyu was resting her head on her hand, lying on her side looking at me. You're awake. Are you tired? Shut up. I reached out and pushed her. I want to drink water. Her eyes seemed to have a meaningful, sparkling gleam. Lin Wanyu looked at me for a moment, then got up to pour water. I curled up under the blanket, carefully reviewing my experiences over the past half-month. Delivering New Year's goods, running into a sudden lockdown, forced to cohabit, hijacking her bedroom, drunk confession, and finally getting eaten clean. Is this the legendary delivering yourself right to the doorstep? If you're loving this sweet romance, make sure to like and subscribe for more. After breakfast, my phone suddenly rang. The caller ID said, Uncle Lin. Considering I had just slept with his daughter last night, I felt a little guilty picking up the phone. Uncle Lin, Xiaobai, are you getting used to staying at Wanyuzhou? Uncle Lin's voice was very warm. Do you have enough food? Do you want me to have someone send some over for you too? I quickly said we had enough. We can buy food. Wanyu is also doing great. She even let me sleep in her bed while she takes the sofa. The phone went quiet for 2 seconds. Then he spoke again. By the way, Xiaobai, do you remember when Uncle mentioned setting you up with a girlfriend? It got delayed because of the pandemic. Now that things are slowly getting better, let me send you her WeChat. I was tongue-tied. Right at that moment, Lin Wanyu walked over holding a bag of potato chips and asked, Who is it? Your dad. I covered the receiver and explained to her, then stammered to Uncle Lin. Thank you, Uncle, but there's no need. I don't have any plans to date right now. Xiao Bai, you haven't been back much in the 3 years since you graduated. Your dad has always been worried about you finding a partner. Uncle watched you grow up. You're practically like half a son to me. Of course I worry about you too. I was speechless. Feeling helpless, I said, all right, then I'll add her WeChat first. Before I could finish my sentence, my phone was snatched away by Lin Wanyu. Dad, she lowered her eyes, her expression looking inexplicably a bit grim. It's me. Jiang Xiaobai doesn't want to date. Just let him be. Besides, Things are strict during the pandemic. Don't cause trouble for others. Of course, I will take good care of him. Don't worry. After saying that, she directly hung up the phone. She handed the phone back to me. I raised an eyebrow. Is classmate little Lin jealous? Lin Wenyu didn't say anything, so I smirked, my smile growing more and more smug. Sigh. I can't help it. I'm just that popular. As soon as the words left my mouth, Lin Wenyu stood on her tiptoes and leaned right in front of me, staring into my eyes from very close. Do you still want to add her WeChat to get to know her? She asked slowly. Jiang Xiaobai, you ate me clean. And now, you don't want to take responsibility, is that it? After saying that, she held my shoulders, stood on her tiptoes, and planted a soft, gentle kiss on my lips. It was a very brief kiss, fleeting like a dragonfly skimming the water. But my face inexplicably flushed red, and my ears felt a little hot. She then asked me, why didn't you tell my dad? About our relationship? Why? I couldn't answer, even though we had already shared the most intimate contact. When I thought about what happened 3 years ago, and thought about Tang Yi living upstairs, my mood still turned heavy. It's too sudden. I'm afraid Uncle Jiang and my dad won't be able to handle it. Let's give them some time to process. I gave her a somewhat deflated, half-hearted excuse. During the new year, I'll take you home and announce it in person. Lin Wenyu accepted this explanation. At my suggestion, she moved back into the master bedroom. After all, the sofa was too small. Even though she was petite, squeezing 2 people on it was uncomfortable. Lying in bed, I found her hand and grabbed it. See? I told you. Your bed is huge. It can easily fit the both of us. But she rolled over, looking at me with burning eyes. I'm not sleepy yet. I really have zero self-control. How could I be so easily seduced by her beauty? A few days later, I was on a video call with my dad. He suddenly stared at the screen and asked, what's that on your neck? I zoomed in to look, and my soul nearly left my body. I stammered, a mosquito bite. Mosquitoes? In the dead of winter. My dad paused, confused. I mumbled vaguely, well, we have floor heating, right? All right then, let's stop talking. Have Xiao Yu find you some anti-itch ointment to put on it. Before hanging up, my dad's expression looked incredibly meaningful. Finding a chance? I asked Lin Wenyu. How did you know Tang Yi wasn't feeling well? I know him pretty well, because we worked on a project together last month, and I was the team leader. She handed me a peeled apple. One time he pulled an all-nighter with us, and came to ask me for time off the next day. This was the exact excuse he used. A flawless excuse. I had nothing to say. After all, the last time I didn't feel well, Tang Yi made me ginger soup, and even lent me painkillers. I was really grateful to him, and wanted to invite him down for a meal. But Lin Wenyu frowned, and said flatly, don't visit other apartments during the pandemic. If you want to treat him to a meal, wait until the lockdown is over. I thought she made a lot of sense. But I still packed a bowl of the bamboo shoot and cured meat stew we made for lunch tea, and brought it upstairs to Tang Yi. He politely thanked me for my kindness, and then asked, can I eat it without rice? This is the ultimate rice killer dish. He smiled. Sorry, the thing is, I don't really eat carbs. After all, I can't go out to work out during the lockdown. I'm a bit scared of putting on weight. I subconsciously raised my hand to gesture at my own waist, and ended up touching the little belly I'd grown while stuck at home. Instant macho tears. Seeing me like this, he spoke up again. But it's fine to eat once in a while. Thank you. He was seriously so gentle. Such a considerate and understanding guy. If I were a woman, I'd like him too. That night, Lin Wenyu was handling work in the living room. I was in the bedroom texting my bro. Forget it. I don't plan on interrogating Lin Wenyu about what happened 3 years ago. He was surprised. Why? Because it's meaningless. I lay flat on my back on the bed, squinting against the bright lights. Right now, Lin Wenyu says she likes me. I believe she's sincere. Even if I get to the bottom of why she liked Tang Yi 3 years ago. What would that change? My bro hesitated for a long time, and finally said, to each their own. But he added, Xiao Bai, I feel like you might have an inferiority complex. How could I not? I've lived for 25 years, and the very first time I ever had feelings for someone was Lin Wenyu. I've only ever liked this one person in my entire life. And I was scared to death. That's why, 3 years ago, after ruining Lin Wanyu's confession scene, I ran away, in a hurry. I didn't even dare face the consequences, or whatever was going to happen next. Even though I desperately tried to convince myself that getting to the bottom of things is meaningless in the adult world, probably because I felt so stifled inside. I didn't sleep well for the first half of the night, until I was nudged awake by Lin Wanyu. I groggily opened my eyes, and heard her ask, "Why aren't you under the blanket?" As she spoke, she pulled up the blanket I had kicked to the foot of the bed, and prepared to cover me. But the moment she touched the skin on my arm, she stopped dead. "Xiao Bai," Lin Yu's tone was a bit grave. "I think you have a fever." I jolted completely awake. She hurriedly went out to grab a thermometer to take my temperature. 37.8 degrees Celsius. I actually had a fever. I was panicking out of my mind. Grabbing her hand, I asked, "What do we do? Am I going to be dragged away for quarantine?" "We'll definitely have to wait for the results of tomorrow's at-home PCR test. Don't panic just yet." She held my hand and calmly reassured me. "There's a high chance it's just a regular cold. After all, you wore so little and kicked the blanket off while sleeping. You definitely caught a chill." She mixed some cold medicine for me to drink and simply leaned against the headboard, letting me rest my head on her lap so she could check my temperature at any time. As the medicine kicked in, I started getting sleepy, but I didn't want to fall asleep. I forced myself to stay awake and talk to Lin Wanyu. "Did you finish your work?" "Yeah. If I really test positive for COVID, will I be dragged away to quarantine? Since we're living together, you'll have to be quarantined too." And even brought food to Tangy yesterday. He'd have to go into quarantine with us too. Thinking about it, I felt a wave of sadness. Sobbing softly, I continued, "By then our health codes will turn red. And our illicit love affair won't be exposed to the whole world." Lin Wanyu didn't know whether to laugh or cry. She reached out to feel my forehead. "Then let's just make it official and go public." Later, resting on her lap, "If you love how sweet they are together, make sure to drop a like and subscribe." I hugged her waist and fell asleep. The next morning, I was woken up by my dad's rapid-fire phone calls. "Xiao Bai." As soon as I answered, I heard his jubilant voice. "You and Xiao Yu really got together." I instantly sat straight up in bed. "Dad, how did you know?" Xiao Yu posted on her WeChat moments. "Haven't you seen it? I'll go look right now." I hung up the phone and hurriedly opened WeChat. At 3:30 a.m. Lin Wanyu had posted on Moments. It was a picture of me sleeping on her lap, with a suspicious puddle of liquid next to my cheek. The caption read, "So, even the person you like drools when they sleep." In the comments section, our mutual friends were losing their minds. Looking closely, I saw my dad and Uncle Lin among the people who liked IT. I was completely mortified. I jumped out of bed holding my phone to find Lin Wanyu. "What is the meaning of this post? You haven't recovered from your cold yet. Why did you come out wearing so little?" She frowned, grabbed a jacket from the back of a chair and draped it over me, then pulled me to sit on the sofa. She crouched down to put cotton slippers on my feet. This posture was so intense. My face instantly turned red, but I still forced myself to glare at her. "Your WeChat post. Explain." Lin Wanyu sighed. "Explain what?" "You were the one afraid our illicit affair would be exposed. So I just made a preemptive official announcement." "Is that so bad?" I couldn't believe she considered posting a picture of me drooling in my sleep to WeChat Moments as an official announcement. "Yes, it is bad." I held out my hand to her. "Delete it and post a new one." Lin Wanyu deleted that overly blunt straight girl post and took a heavily photoshopped selfie I had given her and reposted it, along with the caption, "I spent ages thinking up. To think there is such a handsome, suave, and talented guy in this world. And he even became my boyfriend." I was very satisfied. She put away her phone without changing her expression and reached out to pull me up. "All right, now go back to bed and lie down. I already contacted the staff about your condition this morning. They'll come over to do a PCR test in a bit. Then you'll isolate and observe at home to determine if it's just a simple cold and fever or COVID." Fortunately, the staff did 7 PCR tests on me in a row, and they were all negative. I didn't get a fever again after that either. That night, my terror was just a false alarm. However, Lin Wenyu's WeChat post caused a massive shockwave. The comment section even included Uncle Lin and my dad. Uncle Lin, Wenyu. Is that you, Wenyu? Give me my daughter back. My dad, Jiang Xiaobai, stop taking other people's phones to post this nonsense. Those two sure are youthful and up to date with the times. I scrolled down on Lin Wenyu's phone and saw Tang Yi's comment at the very bottom. Just one word, congratulations. I froze for a moment, opened the keyboard wanting to reply something, but felt like anything I said would seem like showing off. In the end, I just silently closed WeChat and handed the phone back to Lin Wenyu. After a full month of quarantine, we were finally unsealed. I originally wanted to go home by myself first, but my dad, as if having the gift of prophecy, called me beforehand. If you come home without Xiaolin, don't even think about me opening the door for you. You're actually threatening me for an outsider. Mr. Jiang Yaosu, are you really my biological father? I was in disbelief. Besides, if you don't open the door for me, can't I just open it myself? My dad said flatly, forgot to tell you, your mom went out for a walk this morning and hurt her hand. When she came back, she accidentally wiped all the fingerprints from the smart locks database. But Lin Wenyu hasn't seen Uncle Lin in so long. You have to let her go home first. I made one last desperate struggle. In the end, my dad just dropped stop your nonsense. Your Uncle Lin is coming over tomorrow too. And then he hung up on me, left with no choice. I could only relay the old man's orders to Lin Wenyu. If you don't want to go, why wouldn't I want to go? She interrupted me. Jiang Xiaobai, is it that I don't want to go, or you don't? What exactly are you so afraid of? I couldn't answer, so I just pretended to play dumb. Afraid? Who's afraid? Since you've agreed, we'll head out tomorrow morning. Early the next morning, I drove Lin Wenyu and we headed out. Halfway there, my phone rang. It was an unknown number. Since I couldn't answer it, I had Lin Wenyu put it on speaker for me. A young woman's voice came through. Is this Jiang Xiaobai? I was startled. Who is this, Miss? My name is Chen Huai. I'm the blind date Uncle Jiang set you up with. Oh, she continued unhurriedly. I didn't reach out before, because we couldn't meet during the lockdown, and chatting seemed pointless. Now that lockdown is lifted, I've learned a bit about your situation, and I think it's pretty good. You're my exact ideal type. When are you free? Let's meet up, grab a bite, and chat. I backed the car into a parking spot, stammering a bit. Meeting up won't be necessary. What I mean is, I already have a girlfriend. I hope you meet your next ideal type soon. After saying that, without waiting for her to respond, I reached over and hung up, turning my head. Sure enough, Lin Wenyu was staring at me. She slowly repeated the phrase, ideal type. I gave an awkward smile. An accident. This was absolutely an accident. Lin Wenyu scoffed softly, held my face, and leaned in to kiss me, successfully smudging her lipstick all over my mouth. Well, look at that. Turns out the icy goddess loves to get jealous. When we arrived home with the bags, Lin Wenyu's parents had already arrived. They visited every year in the past, and I never thought anything of it. I was even used to it. However, this time, I strangely started feeling nervous. Lin Wenyu turned her head and softly reassured me, don't be scared. She took my hand and we walked over. Handing over the gifts, she said, Uncle Jiang, Auntie Wu. My dad gestured for my mom to take the bags, then smiled warmly at Lin Wenyu and said, Xiaolin, have a seat. Xiaobai has a bad temper. Please bear with him. I've lived for 25 years, and I've never heard him speak to me in such a gentle voice. Uncle Lin, who had been looking at me affectionately, immediately said to my dad, don't say that. Xiaobai is a good kid. It's our Wenyu who is immature. She never speaks her mind, and ended up delaying things for so long. Lin Wenyu raised an eyebrow at him. So you knew. Then why did you set Jiang Xiaobai up on a blind date? Uncle Lin held his teacup and shook his head leisurely. Without a little outside pressure, how would you ever figure out what you really want? Auntie Lin put on a stern face and called out, Wenyu! Mom, are you really serious about Xiaobai? I'm warning you. Don't bring those frivolous modern dating habits into this house. I watched Xiaobai grow up. He's always been grounded and reliable. You are not allowed to break his heart. You hear me? Auntie Lin really knows how to lie through her teeth. When I was a kid, I broke 7 of his ashtrays in a row, smashed 2 windows, and threw lit firecrackers into the neighbor's vegetable garden. Lin Wanyu took the blame for all of it. Mom, Lin Wanyu said calmly, don't worry. Once things settle down, I'll marry Xiao Bai. As soon as she said that, the 4 elders in front of us beamed with joy and immediately started discussing wedding details. My dad took a moment to wave at me. All right, this has nothing to do with you two anymore. Take Wenyu to your room to hang out. Still feeling dizzy from it all, I brought Lin Wanyu into my bedroom. Closing the door, I finally processed it. That's it? She smirked. What else did you want to happen? From beginning to end, I didn't even say a single word. Lin Wanyu laughed, leaned in, and kissed the corner of my mouth. You don't need to speak. You have no idea how long my mom has wanted you to be her son-in-law. After the new year, I found a job in my hometown and completely settled down because I was starting a new job, and Lin Wanyu was managing a new project. We were both incredibly busy. By the time we realized it, we hadn't seen each other for half a month. Tomorrow would be our very first official date since we started dating. What should I wear? Where should I take her to eat? What should we do? I nervously consulted my bro. The result was his merciless mockery. Please, Zhang Xiaobai, it's just a date. Do you have to be this nervous? You're treating it like an elementary school field trip. I'm hanging up. No, bro, I'm sorry. He quickly gave me some tips. It's spring. Just wear a clean, fresh shirt. Look sharp, and you'll be fine. As for the date, take her to the movies to watch a horror film, or go to an escape room. Both work. Be a little dominant, protect her more, and make sure to book the restaurant in advance. I followed his advice to the letter, but when we arrived at the escape room, I looked at the NPC playing a ghost in front of us, with his terrible acting, and completely unscary, comical makeup. Lin Wanyu, however, still acted a bit nervous and leaned close to me. Xiaobai, she said in a forced squeaky voice, I'm so scared. I looked down at her in the dim light. She was so beautiful. The mood was perfect. I closed my eyes and was just about to lean in and kiss her when the NPC behind us dutifully chased after us, trying to keep up the horror atmosphere. I want your life. Give me your life. Unable to hold back anymore, I shielded Lin Wanyu behind me, whipped around, and shoved the NPC against the wall. Life my ass. I'm about to kiss my girlfriend, can't you see? The NPC was dumbfounded, and I regretted it so much, I wished I could time travel back 3 minutes. After getting out of the escape room, Lin Wanyu went to get our deposit back. I texted my bro. I think I messed up. He replied with a string of question marks. What did you do? Yeah, your foot stuck in the elevator door. I felt a little depressed. Inside the escape room, right in front of Lin Wanyu, I yelled at the NPC, playing the ghost. My bro was speechless. Jiang Xiaobai, you're on a date with a woman. Do you want to perform Muay Thai live for her next? Then how do I fix this? Before I could even type out the last few words, my phone was suddenly snatched away. Lin Wanyu glanced at the screen. Who are you texting? You've been texting the whole way. My bro, afraid she would misunderstand again. I had to confess, I don't have any dating experience. I messed up, so I had to ask him for advice. Lin Wanyu stood there, looking a little angry but also a bit amused. I've never been on a date either. We don't need to ask anyone else for advice. Xiaobai, we can just figure these things out slowly together. I want to experience it with you. I only want to experience it with you. She is so good at sweet talk. My face flushed red all the way down to my neck. I softly murmured, okay, finally. Lin Wanyu and I went to a nearby archery range. This became my favorite hobby after I started working. As soon as I put on the protective gear, I raised my eyebrows at Lin Wanyu. Do you believe I can hit 3 bullseyes in a row? She smiled and shook her head. Then let's make a bet. If I manage to do it, you have to answer one question for me, and you have to tell the absolute truth. Walking out of the archery range, want to know what he asks? Subscribe to find out. The lingering thrill of excitement hadn't completely faded when I spotted Tang Yi, not far away. My footsteps suddenly halted. I watched him in silence. Across the bustling crowd of people, he stood there, naturally exuding an outstanding aloof presence. Eventually he walked over to us first, stood in front of us, and sighed. I knew it. I never stood a chance. As he said this, his expression looked incredibly lonely. I really wanted to ask him, since he liked Lin Wanyu, why didn't they get together 3 years ago? My lips moved a couple of times, but in the end, I didn't say it. I just said sincerely, "You're great. I think you're way better than me. You'll definitely meet someone who mutually loves you back." He smiled. Thank you. So I didn't lose unfairly. If I were Lin Wanyu, I'd like you too. After saying that, he didn't linger any longer, and calmly walked away. Lin Wanyu's expression didn't show a single ripple of emotion. She swiped on her phone a few times, then turned to ask me, "Didn't you say you wanted pork stomach and chicken soup earlier? I see a place nearby with really good reviews. Wanyu, do you remember the bet we just made?" Once we were seated in the restaurant, I finally gathered the courage to ask her. Answer me, truthfully. 3 years ago, you clearly liked Tang Yi, and we haven't seen each other in these past 3 years. When did you start liking me? I thought Lin Wanyu would answer this question seriously. Unexpectedly, she just frowned at me. She asked me back, when did I ever like Tang Yi? We were classmates before, now we are coworkers. Other than that, there's absolutely no other relationship. There never has been. I stared in disbelief. Back then, at the KTV, didn't you meticulously set up a confession scene? You bought a cake, put wreaths on the walls. Your roommate said you were going to confess to your crush. Yeah, I was planning to confess to you. She placed a piece of chicken into my bowl and said flatly, but you tackled me right into the cake, completely ruining the scene. And then you ran away without even looking back. Your friend ran out to chase after you. Later, you texted me an apology, transferred me some money and blocked me. And you kept hiding, refusing to see me. I thought you didn't like me. So, the crush Lin Wanyu was going to confess to back then was me. I ruined my own confession scene. A chill ran straight from my fingertips to my brain. I sat there for a long time, completely paralyzed with shock. Lin Wanyu just patted my shoulder. Forget it. Let the past be the past. But I blocked you like that and kept avoiding you. Didn't you hate me for that? Why do you still like me? Lin Wanyu's hand paused slightly in the air. My heart isn't a stone. It doesn't just change easily. After dinner, Lin Wanyu and I were walking around the mall to digest our food. We strolled past a pajama store. It was a very famous chain brand. Besides normal pajamas and loungewear, the store also had some special styles. I stood in front of a tight tank top and shorts set, staring at it for a long time. Lin Wanyu took one look. Do you like it? No, don't ask me. Ask yourself, do you like it? I leaned into her ear and whispered a few words. Lin Wanyu cleared her throat softly, her ears flushing a light shade of red. Then, let's buy it. The clerk enthusiastically wrapped it up for us. When paying, Lin Wanyu, very naturally, rattled off her phone number. I have a membership. I turned my head and looked at her, eyes wide. This is a men's pajama store. Who else have you brought here? You even got a membership. She didn't know whether to laugh or cry. What are you thinking about? I came here with my dad before. His phone didn't have a signal, so he used my number to sign up. Ah, so it was Uncle Lin. False alarm. I carried the bags and walked out, but abruptly stopped as we passed the doorway. The clerk followed my gaze and enthusiastically introduced, "Oh, that's a style from last year. It's about to be taken off the shelves soon. So it's on a clearance discount right now. If you like it, you can take one." No need, I shook my head. I have it at home. I indeed had it at home. That deep blue color. The minimalist, piped, trim design. Wasn't that exactly the pajama set Lin Wanyu gave me? Claiming she borrowed it from her neighbor. Faced with my questioning, Lin Wanyu fell silent for a moment, and finally told the truth. That was a birthday gift for you. I froze. A birthday gift. But my birthday is in September. I know. Under the dim streetlights, she gazed into my eyes. For the past 3 years you refused to see me. But I prepared a birthday gift for you every single year. I just never gave them to you. I kept them with me, thinking that one day, when you finally stopped hiding, I would gather all these gifts and give them to you at once. I stood completely still. A memory from the past suddenly crossed the river of time, landing in my mind. Ever since kindergarten, Every time my birthday came around, I would notify Lin Wanyu in advance. Remember to get me a birthday present. Up until a certain time in middle school, I waited from morning till afternoon, but never received a gift from her. Feeling wronged and angry, I blocked Lin Wanyu at the classroom door after school. Lin Wanyu, where is my birthday present? And you haven't even said happy birthday to me yet. She looked at me in the afterglow of the sunset, and then pulled a massive gift box out from her desk drawer, handing it to me. Happy birthday, Jiang Xiaobai. Inside was a pair of 6 sneakers. They were the most popular style among the boys at school at the time. Actually, I really liked them too. I just felt they compromised my cool boy image, so I was too embarrassed to ask my dad for them. I hugged that box, unable to put it down, desperately trying to suppress the corners of my mouth from curling up. I'll reluctantly accept this gift. From now on, you have to give me a birthday present every year. Otherwise, you won't be my best friend anymore. Snapping back from the memory, I met Lin Wanyu's bright, deep eyes, almost falling right into them. She reached out and gently wiped the corner of my eye. You're a bigger crybaby than you used to be. It's all your fault. I grabbed her collar, my eyes turning red. I don't care from now on. You still have to prepare a birthday present for me every year, okay? She coaxed me helplessly. The average life expectancy now is almost 80. I can still prepare over 50 gifts for you. Are you going to cry from being moved 50 more times? I sniffled. 50 times isn't enough. We have to live happily together for 100 years. You have to prepare 100 more birthday gifts for me, just like countless times in the past. She agreed without hesitation to my completely unreasonable demand. Lin Wanyu wrapped her arms around my neck and kissed me. From the very beginning to now, from start to finish, the only person I've ever wanted to grow old with it has only ever been her. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.